Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday.
Good morning, everybody. I should jump in and
You should.
first.
You should. You absolutely should. I talk too much. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Business Over Breakfast. My name is Ben Barber.
My name is Lori Jatari.
Cheers,
we
Lori.
have been doing this for a long time. Oh, I should come up here.
Yeah. Let's cheers. Let's hit our webcams. Cheers. You know what? I should have used a different mug because this guy does not need a free plug. This guy.
He gets a lot of them.
Yeah. No. Forget this guy.
Hey, you want to see what I did to my mug today?
Yes.
You can probably only see this on video, but once I take a sip.
Oh, nice. I love it.
I decided that I was sick of seeing all the stuff on the bottom of the mug. So my daughter's boyfriend is a potter, and he does that on the side or just for fun. So I told him I need a bunch of mugs that have little nice sayings on the bottom for all these Zoom calls that we're doing.
I love it. I think that's amazing. Today we are building the plane while flying it. I don't know what the show is. I don't know what the agenda is. If you guys have any questions, though, I know that you can put them in the chat and we will answer them.
Yes, please.
Any small business related or marketing related or whatever, you can ask what's your favorite color.
Or blue. You can ask us to pick out a little Shop Local Rhode Island question, and we'll ask our own questions.
Absolutely. Yeah. Whatever you want to do, however you want to go, we're fine. We're happy with it. Lori, tell me what we're talking about today.
All right. So one of the things that we used to do was we would take the last week of the month and we would kind of wrap up what we were doing. And what we thought was, let's start it at the beginning of the month. What's ahead, what's on our plate. Let's talk to the audience about what's on their minds so that everyone can kind of kick off the month in a really exciting, kind of energized way. So things that I know about the month of February. Today is the Lunar New Year. It's the year of the tiger.
It's
also the beginning of Black History Month. And thank you. And so it's the beginning of Black History Month. What else do we have? We have, let me show you something really cool that I can tell everybody to go to the Visual Thrive website and get. So we have this very cool content calendar that we use, and you can download this for free. But see, I'm taking a vacation to Mexico next week.
Nice.
So it's Black History Month. It's Responsible Pet Owner Month. Today is Dark Chocolate Day. But anyway, at the beginning of the month, it's good, I think, to kind of set the tone. One of the things that we do is we set SMART goals every week, and we kind of make sure that, all right, it's the end of the week. We got our deliverables met, and let's go enjoy the weekend. So I don't know. I think two things that I've been thinking about today, particularly, are Commerce Rhode Island came out with some new grants yesterday. I don't know a lot about it, but I think small businesses need to check into that. And then I have some social media questions for you.
Okay. Well, number one, love that. Let's go to ricommerce.com/ what is it? It's RI Rebounds.
Yeah.
Right. I literally just was in a BNI meeting and went to this. Nope, I'm wrong. It's Commerce RI.
Yeah.
CommerceRI.com/ RI Rebounds. Do you have any idea how many times I have put Commerce RI on the screen?
I know.
The Lieutenant Governor show
how many
and for
times
commerce and for commerce in general, and I still don't know the website off the top of my head.
Commerce RI. And they actually have a banner at the front page of their website. Oh, there you go. And the banner takes you there. So if you just put in Commerce RI and you go to the home page, you're going to see that banner right there.
So here's the home page and
pink or red banner. RI Rebounds, you just click on that. I think it opens today, but I was thinking it was, this is important. The amounts are, I would say, relatively small, but I think for any small business that wants to get a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a rebound, you got $2,500 and $5,000 grants. And they did you run the Facebook Live yesterday?
I did not.
Oh, okay. So I know they had a Facebook Live. I started to look through it. I didn't go through the whole thing. I'll look into it today for our business, and I think you should for your business. But anyway, I think that we're a small business show, and that's a small business thing.
Absolutely. And I'll put the link in the comments actually as well.
Yeah.
commerceri.com/RI rebounds. Okay. So
I
now
mean, I could be really critiquey and say, we really need to get this money up and out, I mean, because you and I are working with small businesses every day. And I think we see the struggle. We're in the struggle with the small businesses. So it's great to say, oh, we need to shift and fill out another grant application and get all this information together. But I do think if the grants could be a little bit bigger and maybe quarterly instead of oh, we have a little quickie, I want to say long and slow is a little bit nicer than a quickie, right? Sorry. I'm sorry.
it's funny. I was about to literally say no comment about the first part because not because no comment, I'm dismissing it, but literally above my pay grade. I don't think about that. You know what I mean? That's why I gotta, in general, I am not well versed enough to make any sort of decision on that and comment. I literally, that's why I have a business partner. I'm like, hey Patrick, can you figure this out? I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I want to make shows and help people, and I don't want to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have no comment on that, not because I think that they're right or you're right or anything. I just don't have any comment because
No.
That's not my field of expertise. But but I know that the public discourse is incredibly important. So Lori and all small business owners, let them hear your voice. That's important.
Yeah. I think that businesses are definitely struggling. We all know that. And I think it's for me, it's a little bit onerous to go through the work for a little amount of money. Yep. That's kind of what I think. I mean, anything helps, anything helps. So I got those two things on the agenda today.
Yeah. So fire your questions out because I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever.
What do you want to talk about today? I did my two. We did opening
sure.
the month.
Yeah, that's, you know what? Good point. Let me go here. The Rock the House live stream telethon, February 5th from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. live on Facebook. I'm going to put this down here.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I'm going to go here and tell you guys about it. So the Ronald McDonald House Charities of New England is something that is near and dear to our hearts. Patrick, who I just mentioned, my business partner, in December 2014, his son was born nearly 4 months premature. And they had to stay at the Ronald McDonald House in Providence for 90 days. It costs Ronald McDonald House, it doesn't cost the families anything, obviously, but it costs Ronald McDonald House $160 a night for a family to stay at the Ronald McDonald House. That is $15,000, about $15,000 for a 90-day stay. And generally, I mean, people stay for all different lengths of time, obviously, depending on the severity and whatever their situation may be. But normally it's not necessarily a short-term thing, right? Your family's in the hospital, right. You're there, you're at Women and Infants, you're at Hasbro, you're at, Boston Children's Hospital, because this is not only Providence, but also Boston. Mm-hmm. And it's so essential, right? Like the families that need that help immediately. And Pat tells this amazing story in a video that we made about and by amazing I mean heartbreaking as well.
Mhm.
But they got a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning where his son was diagnosed with a certain condition, and you have moments to make the decision of surgery or not surgery for survival rate. And they
Ugh.
had to go to the hospital at 3 o'clock in the morning to sign papers to sign off on this surgery for their little baby who's only a couple weeks old or days old, whatever it was, to make it or not.
Wow.
And had they been, over an hour away at their house, they wouldn't have been able to make that decision in time.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was able to walk across the street at 3 o'clock in the morning and sign
And
those
be with
papers
his child
and
too.
sign those papers, and that now his son is a wonderful, smart, funny, full of life 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Is like, and has a little sister, and like is so
Yeah.
just adorable and
Mhm.
annoying sometimes, and like you have
Which is
you have
good,
these great
right?
moments.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Like,
That's right. Kids
yeah,
rule.
he loves coming into the room while we're having meetings and stuff. It's very cute.
It's
Not annoying.
great.
Not annoying to me. I'm kidding. I love you, PJ. But that's the whole thing of it,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
all of these experiences are because the Ronald McDonald House was there, so that when they needed to be there in the middle of the night, they were able to be there in the middle of the night.
Yeah. And
And
we
it's
talked
just
about this last week or the week before, the idea of not having to be a parent and make those tough decisions. Oh, where are we going to stay? Is there a hotel nearby? How can I get there? Am I going to find parking? No, you're just right there with your kid being taken care of, food, a place to sleep. That's all you care about. I mean, if it was my kid, I'd just stay in the room. I'd sleep on the floor. I could care less, because parents are right. Chad says kids rule. I mean, that's it. The minute you have kids, forget it.
Yeah.
All bets are off.
So that's what we're doing. We're raising money.
Great.
Pat is running the Boston Marathon because since then he's become an endurance athlete. He was motivated by the strength of his baby back then, and was motivated to go do more and be more with his life.
Mhm.
And since then he's run triathlons, and so
What's the date?
it's this Saturday, February 5th.
Ooh,
So
okay.
this Saturday from 2 to 10
Saturday.
p.m. Yep. It'll be on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn.
Yeah,
You can check it
cool.
out on the Ronald McDonald House Facebook page. You can check it out on the Squamicut Beach, where
Mhm.
there's over 120,000 people. And also, if you are a small business in Rhode Island, there are still sponsorship opportunities. And for $500, if you are a business that donates $500 to the Ronald McDonald House, which is tax deductible, and 100% of the proceeds go to Ronald McDonald House, 321 Media will make you a 30-second video for your business.
Mm.
So we'll bring all of our stuff. We'll come and we'll give you like a $1,200 value for a $500 donation to Ronald McDonald
All right,
House.
here we
Charities of New
go.
England.
Let's just start now. All right, Visual Thrive is going to be a sponsor and I'm serious, $500 to the Ronald McDonald House. Because I'll tell you, my daughter, and I know I've said this before, so maybe our audience knows, is a pediatrician. And she always says to me, kids are so resilient. They go through amazing stuff, and the doctors and nurses care for them in the utmost of caring. She goes, what I really feel for are the parents that their heart is breaking. They need support. And so $500, Visual Thrive. I want a cool commercial.
Okay, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's just start now.
Okay. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, Anyway, thank you, Lori. I'm floored by your generosity, so thank you. Really
Yeah,
appreciate that.
it's huge.
Um, yeah, it means a
You know
lot.
what?
It
Yeah,
means a lot to us. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you. So everything we talk about here is the fact that small businesses are the roots of our community, and the reason we need the small businesses is because those are the people that build our communities, build our family, bring revenue into those communities. So there's more money for school stuff. There's more money, like you always say, for the little league team. There's more money to decorate Main Street, all that kind of stuff that small businesses do. It's because people have dreams, they want to do their own thing, and they want to build their families. They don't operate separately. So how strongly I feel about that, and I would say, like, this is what we do. I'll tell you, one of our clients put out a video that we did for them about the history of their business. And they are now in their 103rd year of a family business, third generation. Third generation, could be fourth. But like for me, I was thinking, this is my why. Who's the guy that says, find your why?
I don't know. There's a lot of them. I will find it. You keep telling your story.
All right. So this shoot. I should know his name. Anyway.
David Mead.
No.
Simon Sinek.
Yes, Simon Sinek.
Yeah.
So he says, find your why. And when our client put out this video, I was thinking, this is my why. It's about roots. It's about family. It's about good business, good revenue, good economic support for families and businesses, and being able to be in a position to tell that story is like, it's, to me, it's everything. So,
by the way, Lori, that is my business partner Patrick that I was just talking about. Saying thank you.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Patrick. You should bring him on the show right now.
Yeah, he's on a treadmill right now. Actually, he's going to be running a marathon live on the day of the event. So
yeah.
So it's 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. and at 3 o'clock he's going to start running a marathon.
Oh my God.
Because he's running the Boston Marathon for it, and we were like, what's another 26.5 miles?
Yeah. Right.
So he will be running a marathon live while we are.
That's amazing.
While we are doing.
It's so funny. This like brings up so many different angles. I have a good friend who's a coach, Lori Hunt, out of Toronto, Canada, and she runs marathons, she climbs mountains, and her whole coaching practice is about there's more in you, like what everybody anyway, the whole thing is about like this physical being that we have. There's more in us. There's, we have the capability to do more while we take care of ourselves. So yeah, pretty cool.
Well, thank you. All right. So let's get to your questions. Like I said, guys, check out Ronald McDonald House thing on Saturday. But let's get to your questions and let's get to answering them. So
yes.
Lori, what do you got?
Away. All right. Well, the first question I have is I had someone contact me, and it's really interesting, when we both do marketing and media work. So I was thinking how important it is to step out and get into a learning phase, so you're always on top. And I'm really adamant about that on our team, that we're going to take a day every so often that's just a learning day, just a reading day, and kind of diving in deeper. But so I was talking to someone yesterday, and their social media isn't really doing what it should be doing. As I'm talking, she's telling me, all the things that she's done around her social, and I was thinking, it seems like you're doing what you need to be doing. So what's the issue? And I thought, oh, this could be a good like back and forth with Ben as we have open discussion, because everybody's trying to like deal with social media and what's the best way to increase and build business when you don't really want to get into spending money on Google Ads or doing, a deep dive on a lot of back end work, which is what we do. And the or they didn't want to like go into Facebook and start boosting stuff. So, but again, I feel like that's kind of like the Western mentality, right? We have this issue, and how do we look at all right, we'll stick with the medical stuff, right? We have the symptoms and we are looking at it and we're saying, how can we fix that? As opposed to saying, is there something that, where's this coming from? Is this something that wasn't initially started in the right way? And it kind of like just stuck in my mind, and I'll still continue to think about it, but I would love to hear like your insight in what you would say to a business that's saying, I didn't have any social media, I started it up, I did the best I could, and it's just not jumping.
So, so first of all, our best is relevant, right? It's relevant to ourselves, and your best each day looks different. So, I have a lot of empathy to someone saying, I tried social media and it doesn't work, right? I have actually a friend of mine who has a ton of success on social media, messaged me yesterday and said, I tried an ad and it was terrible, like, and nothing happened. And and I said, show me the ad. And he did. And I said, the ad is bad. It's not like you're like, no, like I was like, well, look at it, right? You spent, like you spent like $175 and you got a click through rate of like 69 cents per click, which is pretty good. But you're, so you were in front of like 23,000 people for $175. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But like, what was engaging about your ad? Like it was a picture of your product and a little blurb, and like what's going to make somebody stop?
Well, and was the point of the ad to like sell a thing, or was it just to get signups, or
so the point of the ad was to support a campaign. And I was like, and that's so it depends on what it is, right? Like if you're trying to sell a watch, tell a story essentially, right? Like if you're
if you're selling a watch, that conversion rate is like, okay, it's sales.
Yep.
If you're trying to get signups, the conversion is, oh, we got this many emails.
Yep. If you're trying to get somebody's support on something, right? So either way, like if I was selling this Fitbit, I would not go with, I personally would not go with like a picture of this Fitbit on a fit person and saying like, how many steps did you get today or something, right? Like that would be a good post. And like, maybe if I'm doing many things, like that would be one of them. But if I have like one shot at something, if I'm a small business and I'm like, okay, I can afford $250 for the month to spend on advertising for this. And by the way, if you're not even, because there are many, many, many small businesses that get on social media and do not have the money to put anything behind it, and that I will get to in a second. But if you say you have $250 a month for advertising,
I'm going to keep track.
Okay. So say you have $250 a month for advertising, right? Like that's what you can spend. That's how you're going to do it. Tell the story that makes the person want to get engaged. So, let's look at the Ronald McDonald House fundraiser.
Yeah.
That we just did, right?
Yeah.
Like, did I say this is a great organization and you should help out? Or did I tell you the story of Patrick's family, right? A personal person to me, a personal relationship. He's right there. Hello. That's the same comment. I just put it up twice.
I like it.
But like what was the emotional response
Mhm.
from sometimes people get sick and the families need to stay close and we should
Right.
do that, or was it or was it the story of Pat's baby was gonna die if they weren't next door and couldn't come over? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's a
Well, and
story
I
that
guess
makes you want to get involved.
that's a big intent. Like you had that in that story. But what about when you don't have the
Give me a
I'm really
situation.
going to play devil's
Give me a
advocate.
yeah,
Okay.
no, give me a
Um,
scenario.
all right. So what if you have like these I'm thinking of the bakery down the street. Okay. You have these amazing cinnamon buns. Oh no,
Mhm.
I we've already used that one. We've already used the food thing. Let me see. Okay, you have beautiful earrings that are just so sparkly and great, and I could even customize them in little different ways.
Mhm.
I really want to get people to like come in and buy my jewelry.
So, I would find a way to tell a story through that, right? So it depends on what your bandwidth is. Like, if you can hire a video company like Visual Thrive, like I would hire them and I would have them make a commercial or a series of small commercials of uh different things, right? Like somebody messing up and wanting forgiveness and offering a token of forgiveness. Someone like
Okay, yeah.
uh someone um someone like here's what I would do. This is what I would do. If I sold jewelry right now, I would make a commercial of a mom cleaning off groceries, making sure that masks are packed in the kids' backpack for school, making sure that there's hand sanitizer, taking Zoom meetings while holding the baby, right?
Yeah.
I would tell the story of the pandemic and what that mom has gone through in the story
Mhm.
and how much she deserves something nice for Valentine's Day. And then I would have the husband or whatever the situation would be in the commercial,
Yeah.
I would have them purchase something nice and personal and homemade and like it's her favorite color,
Yeah,
and you would
yeah, I love it.
so that is the story that I would tell. And if I didn't have a company like Visual Thrive to make that commercial for me,
Mhm.
then I would find stock images, right? So you can go on Canva for
Yeah.
free. You can
Yep.
go on Adobe Spark for free. Um, you can
So,
sign up,
all right,
for all of these other things. And I would find that and I would write that. I would tell that story in the copy.
all right. And on social media,
That
every
is what
other
I would.
so you're saying video, video, video.
So I would do no, if I have the bandwidth, if I have the money to pay
Mhm.
somebody, or if I am a little creative and have an iPhone and
Yeah.
can figure out iMovie or one of those
Yeah,
other
I like that.
that is what I would do. If it was
Yeah.
again, if it was just text, I would I would I would not sell the jewelry. I would not like the earrings would not be
Yeah.
I would do a
Yeah.
carousel maybe,
Yeah.
and the first couple of pictures would be all of the things,
Yeah.
right? Like the
Yep.
mom with the groceries and the masks and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
And then the last
Yeah.
one would be the guy giving her the jewelry.
I love that because I've seen what happens when clients get really attached to like their product, this thing that they've developed, and that's really what they want to do. Like I've spent 5 years developing this amazing thing, and from a customer perspective, they're just like, it's a thing that
No
we're
one
going to
cares.
buy and it's great, like thanks, but
Yep.
what is it? Yeah, I completely get that, and I've seen it. Actually, I can think of two examples um, where someone has developed something and spent a lot of time, like really, I mean, developing products, small business, right? but so focused on the fact that the marketing of that product needs to be based on all this time and energy and effort that I put in to develop this thing that I'm going to give you. And then then the marketing agency comes in, us, and says, nobody really cares. They just want to know what this thing is going to do and what their money is going to, how much they're going to spend to get this. So let's make sure we're telling the story about what problems does this solve? How is this going to help you?
I'm going to go back to something that you said earlier from Simon Sinek. I want you to find their why.
Yeah, the audience.
Right? Yeah, find the audience's why. Like, if you make a really nice slipper, no one's going to care unless their feet are cold.
Yeah, you're right.
And, so those are the things that that I think make a difference. You know what I mean? And for this, for this friend, he has this amazing program, and he's had no problem getting support for it from people that know it and know him and are invested in it and all of that stuff. But it was like, well, I just spent a bunch of money on this ad and it didn't work, and it's this, and you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, it's devoid of your personality, right? There's nothing, like, it's a bland ad that has a cool picture on it, but it's a bland ad with a basic thing. And you like, also, this is the reason why. So I said we'd circle back to, say you have no money. Right? Say you have no money. If you have no money, then you need to, which is completely fine, and don't let anybody tell you that it isn't. It is completely fine if you're not spending money on Facebook and whatever. However, you have to know that if you have 10,000 Facebook followers, which you'd be extremely lucky to have if you were a small business, you have 10,000 Facebook followers, and you put out a piece of organic content, that piece of organic content is going to be seen by 3%, maybe, if you're lucky, of that audience. If you don't put anything behind it. Now, if you put a small amount of money behind it, it's great. So, posting organically on Facebook, even with a big audience, isn't really going to move the needle for you. So you have to look at, where is the attention, right? Where is the free attention that we can get right now? So where is the free attention that you can get right now? Instagram Reels, because they're trying to compete with TikTok, and TikTok itself, and LinkedIn. LinkedIn can do really well for you as well, right? So now imagine you're that jewelry company and you're selling those earrings, and you're like, I'm not a B2B. What the hell would I be doing on LinkedIn?
Right.
Etc. However, with that same ad set, with that same thing that we were talking about earlier, you can then go on and target middle-aged male professionals, like young, not middle, like 40s, right? Like somebody that would have young kids. Somebody that would have, I'm roughly that age anyway, like somebody in their 30 to 50 that might have young kids, and tell the same story about the family going through all of this, and what that's like.
I almost have a vision, like on LinkedIn, it would be the child handing jewelry, like, thanks, mom, and the mom's dressed to go to work, if anybody does that anymore. But okay, she's dressed in a nice shirt but has sweatpants on.
Exactly. with the and the shot has the webcam on it, and she's like,
and then it's just like, oh, thanks,
but
honey.
the kid, so those are but like, if you don't know what's happening with Reels and TikTok, then that is your, like, it takes patience and consistency, honestly, and those are two things that matter. But Reels, like, you can post a reel
Yeah.
right? So on Facebook, you can have 10,000 followers,
Yep.
post a Facebook post, and get 37 people that saw it.
Mm-hmm.
On Instagram Reels right now, you can have 37 followers, post a 30-second reel, and get 10,000 people
Yeah.
that see it.
Yeah.
That's the
other,
difference. That's what you should be taking advantage of. And we all have some version of this that we can use to make that content.
crazy. Whatever this thing. We need to think of a new name for this. It can't be a phone. But that's it. That's
supercomputer?
for another day, only because we're out of time today. But
Oh my God, you only got to one question.
I only got to one question, but I think it was a good one because everybody is trying to do social media for their businesses. And I think for me, if I was going to wrap it up, I would say it's about finding the why from your customers, finding the why you do what you do, telling that story. I mean, it's so super important. And you're doing this Ronald McDonald House fundraiser. Why? Because of all the reasons we outlined, So I
would say this. Two things. One, these are my biggest takeaways.
Yeah.
Number one, educate yourself. So if you run a small business and you don't have the money to hire, a marketing company, and you don't have the money to place ads on Facebook, and you don't want to, or maybe you could afford $250 a month, but you're worried about what happened to my friend, and you don't want to throw away money on that if it's not sure.
Yeah.
Take your time, invest your time instead of not doing anything, because people say, like, I don't have time to do this, and then they wait 6 months, and like, literally listen to a podcast, watch a video, find little moments to do this, but educate yourself. Follow YouTube and podcasts and Instagram accounts that give you free tips on marketing, because there's a ton of them. Visual Thrive is one of them, that give tips on marketing for small businesses. So get educated. That's the number one thing that you need to do for yourself, is to get educated on what the arbitrages are of attention and how to use them properly. And number two, educate your audience. So if you are anything, I mean, the jewelry company might be a little bit of a difference, but if you are any sort of service-based or sometimes product-based, right? Like if I was Fitbit, I would educate my audience on the healthy habits and why, you know what I mean?
That's what I was going to say. Don't educate your audience on how you built the Fitbit.
Nope.
Educate your audience on what problems it solves, what it's going to do for you, how you're going to enjoy that thing.
So, you know what you should also do? You should shop local.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just talk about
Lori, this is awesome. So you're going to be in Mexico next week?
Mexico. I've been singing that James Taylor song all morning. Oh, Mexico. Sounds so good. I just got to go. So we're thinking about doing a few replays. So if anybody has any ideas about some of our better shows, we could do a few replays. And
how long are you going to be gone?
I am going till the 16th.
Nice.
It is the first real vacation we've taken since before COVID. And I'm telling you, I'm going to sit on the beach and order margaritas and hamburgers. And I got a stack of books to take, and I'm going to jump in that warm ocean. And I can't think of other things, but that's my plan.
I love it.
And I'm sticking to it.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go so that you can do that. And I'm going to plug Shop Local for you.
Awesome.
All right.
Bye. Everyone.
See you in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. If you own a small business, or you know somebody, love somebody who owns a small business, and that's everyone. That is everyone. I know that you have entrepreneur friends. I know that you go to a small deli in town or something. Like, I know that you do. We all have people. We all have people that own small businesses or work for small businesses. Shop Local. It keeps way more money in the local economy. It's better for everybody. Then when you have, fundraisers for kids that are sick, or little league teams that need shirts, or plays that need sponsors in the programs, for this. When your kids grow up and they need jobs, and you don't want to have them go to McDonald's or Walmart, you need small businesses. They are an essential fabric to our community. So please make sure that you shop local. And if you want all of the convenience and none of the guilt of shopping online, check out shoplocalrhodeisland.com. You can sign up on the directory for free, and you can also pay a small fee, a base fee, to put products on there and sell them, and they do not take any percentage from you, which is unheard of. So please check out shoplocalrhodeisland.com. That's it. We'll see you in a couple weeks for Business Over Breakfast. Please join me this Saturday for the Ronald McDonald House Charities fundraiser. It's really important. We're trying to raise money, and I would really, really, really appreciate it, because those families in need really need facilities like the Ronald McDonald House Providence and Boston to be there when their child is sick. So thank you guys. We'll see you next week, or actually in a couple weeks.